To the beginning of July, large-handed summer nature opens the door of its pantry widely. There is a rich supply of food for every forest resident, whether omnivorous, ruminant, or even carnivorous. The mother fox only has to look after herself again. Her cubs are big enough to discover the forest world on their own. The wild sow is an excellent mother. She watches the safety of her pigs cautiously for a long time, but sometimes she has to set order among the giddy little ones. This is the time of abundance, providing the most optimal circumstances for rearing the young, hitching up the condition, and developing antlers alike. The roebuck also tries to maximize its fitness to be ready for the challenges of the upcoming rut, because only the strongest ones will have the chance to occupy a territory and to pass on their genes. In midsummer, the harvest of crops begins gradually. The seeds dropped onto the ground during harvest attract high numbers of small rodents. Despite its age, the young fox knows this exactly. Preying on the swift little rodents is not an easy task for the young fox. Furthermore, the army of parasites in its fur constantly distract its attention from hunting. It watches the hares hopping close by with a wet mouth, but it still has to learn a lot until it is able to catch prey of this size. Roebucks can be seen more and more, often with does, and with the rise of testosterone levels, their territorial behavior increases as well. The marking with left-behind scent traces and continuous escorting of does is a clear sign of the beginning rut. In places where the crop was harvested, the cover disappears. So during the day, the buck prefers to rest in the higher vegetation close to the stubble. However, with appropriate optics and a bit of luck, the hunter can spot some of the bucks with desired trophies, which have been observed for a long time already. the corn growing high in the meantime does not only hide game but also provides sufficient cover for the hunter, approaching with good wind and gives a good chance to get within range. Straw bales left behind after harvest are not only used by two-legged hunters. The watchful fox also climbs on them and uses them as a high stand. The crop stubble, resembling a huge harsh brush, is used handily by the fox for scratching and to get rid of unwanted lodgers living in its fur. Yellow crop stubbles are also preferred by roe deer as a stage for their rutting chase. Hiding behind bales, the careful hunter can come quite close to the chosen buck, but he can also use different roe deer calls with success from the excellent cover. The flexible top of the round bale provides a safe rest for the rifle before firing. To the second half of July, constantly waning crop fields provide more and more opportunities to observe the starting roe deer rut. Competition between bucks for the territory is getting more and more serious, and the winner follows its doe more and more desperately. red deer hind leading her calf is seemingly worried because she has to cross an open area where she could walk within the cover of crops a few days ago. From the high stands placed at the edges of stubbles, the hunter can observe which areas what bucks dominate, and generally there is enough time to evaluate the age and antlers of game. If a so-called cull buck appears, which degrades the quality of the population, an important task of the game manager is to remove it from the stock. The feeders operated all year round are less often visited by red deer in the food-rich summer period. However, boars often visit well-known feeding places during their foraging trip, so the sufficiently patient hunter will sooner or later have the opportunity to take a boar. On a calm, warm summer night with a full moon, both stalking and stand hunting for wild boar is a fantastic hunting experience. Hidden by darkness, wild boar moves bolder in open areas as well. However, careful older and more experienced animals avoid too bright parts enlightened by the moon and try to stay in the shadow at all times. But the younger sows, yearlings, and pigs focus unsuspectedly on foraging. So if the hunter endures overnight stays sufficiently and can withstand the harassment of mosquitoes, he can rightfully hope for a tasty summer boar roast. Summer means rich hunting grounds for the fox as well. There is no shortcoming of rodents, amphibians, mollusks, and insects either at this time. Furthermore, it seems like there are much more horseflies than needed. They left the warm, and because of the fleas' inconvenient dens, a long time ago already. They prefer to rest in denser thickets during the day, but they often take shelter in straw stacks or the holes between bales as well. The predator can often be seen at dawn, late afternoon, or in the evening, and although the total eradication of the fox population of an area cannot be the goal of a hunter, the presented opportunity is not to be missed to constantly reduce their number and to keep it low. Thanks to its excellent adaptation, the golden jackal unfortunately conquers larger and larger areas in Hungarian hunting grounds. Parallel to the constant growth of the domestic population, their damage caused in big and small game is increasing as well. Because of its rhapsodic movement, intermittent presence, and its cautiousness, bringing it down is not an easy task. If rare luck brings the main robber of the area within range, the hunter cannot miss. In Hungary, the main rutting season of roe deer falls typically between the last week of July and the first week of August. Bucks, controlled by the instinct of reproduction, try to show their dominance over the territory with anxious scraping, antler scrubbing, and the smell of their urine. They constantly patrol the territory looking for the scent of does, exhibiting estrus where they follow the found trail like a pointing dog. They tenaciously chase the doe until it finally stops for the more and more vehemently courting buck. During this short period of actual estrus, lasting only for 1.5 to 2 days, mating happens several times, and after the buck has completed its task, it sets off to look for another doe exhibiting estrus. Dominant bucks protect their supremacy very desperately and aggressively. If the power play of scraping is not enough, they do not even shy away from bloody fights. During this time, the hunter keen on roe deer calling visit the hunting grounds in high numbers in order to toll some bucks giddy from love with the help of calls mimicking doe or fawn sounds. After the rut passes off, the tired roe deer heroes concentrate only on feeding and resting again to regain their condition as soon as possible. However, not only roe deer but also other game of the hunting grounds try to exploit the last gifts of the resigning summer. They feel that the time of abundance is slowly ending and leaner days are coming. Red deers feed together peacefully on the forest meadow yet, but they will soon become serious opponents since they will be put to a hard test by Mother Nature within days. And finally, on the first really chilly, foggy morning of the most magical sound of the Hungarian forest arises, the red deer bell, to let know that summer irrevocably moved on from the hunting grounds. But a new guest is coming in its place: magnificent autumn.
First-class trophy, understand the unique value of your hunting trophy. With our knowledge of game anatomy and expert craftsmanship, we capture that special moment of your hunt, preserving it for a lifetime. As Europe's largest taxidermy company, we have generations of experience. Since 1999, our team has won international recognition and multiple Best in World and Best of Europe titles. Discover the collection of over 30 awards and download our free portfolio book for inspiring ideas on your next trophy mount.